Hey Zoe. One thing I loved about when you were little was when I would get to read you books, and I would read you books like Goodnight Moon over and over and over and over and over again. So today I thought I would read you this book I was telling you about, Big Enough Anna, because I think you'll really like it, and it's really cute, and it's about sled dogs, which is something you like. And yeah, so here you go. I hope you like it. I hope this all comes together well.
Big Enough Anna, the little sled dog who braved the Arctic. A true story. Written by Pam Flowers with Ann Dixon. Illustrated by Bill Farnsworth. Anna was the smallest and youngest puppy in her litter, born in a winter deep with snow. Walls of white edged the path to the dog lot where the puppies snuggled against their mother. Anna's owner, a dog musher named Pam, checked frequently on the new arrivals. That first month she visited the puppies often, talking to them, petting them, and watching them play. Soon they wriggled with happiness to see Pam coming. One day, when the puppies were about 4 weeks old, Anna peered over the edge of the doghouse. She wanted to go exploring, but her 3-inch legs weren't nearly long enough to reach the ground. Plop! Anna scrambled headfirst into the snow. Ronald and Soho, her brother and sister, were not so brave. They waited several days before following Anna out into the big white world. At 3 months, Anna was the first to wear a dog harness. Pam attached a string tied to a twig for her to drag around. When the other puppies saw Anna, they wanted to practice being sled dogs too. Soon all 3 were pulling twigs, then sticks, then small logs. When they were 5 months old, the puppies tried mushing for the first time. Every week, Pam increased the distance they traveled. 1 mile, 2 miles, 3. By 6 months, all the puppies could pull a sled for 5 miles. Little Anna always pulled the hardest. The puppies didn't know it, but Pam was preparing for a long and difficult expedition. Next winter, she hoped to become the first woman to mush alone across the Arctic. It would take about 6 months, she thought, to travel 2,500 miles by dog sled. Pam decided to let the puppies train with the older dogs. She watched them carefully to see if they were strong enough to join the expedition team. Anna was still the smallest dog in the lot, but she always tried hard and paid attention. Anna just loved to run. One winter day, they met another team training on the trail. When the musher stopped to chat, Pam told him about her plan to mush dogs across the Arctic. "Get rid of that one," he said, pointing to Anna. "She's too little to pull much weight." "Anna's tougher than she looks," Pam argued. "She works hard and never quits. That's more important than size." The man shook his head. "She won't last a week," he muttered and mushed off. "Don't listen to him," Pam told Anna. "I think you're plenty big enough." Several months later, when the winter sun returned to the Arctic, training ended and the expedition began. A crowd of well-wishers gathered to see them off. The puppies were 13 months old now. Each had earned a place on the team. They ran in back, where all young sled dogs start out. Anna was still the smallest, but she worked the hardest. She always kept her tug line straight and listened when Pam spoke. Anna ran so well that Pam did something she'd never done before. She let a puppy try running in the lead, the most important position. She moved Anna up front, right next to Dougie, a big, strong 9-year-old who had led many trips in the Arctic. Poor Dougie. Anna was excited to be up front, but she didn't know what to do. Dougie had to show her everything. How to follow commands, how to find a trail, how to tell if ice was too thin for safe crossing. When Pam called "Gee!" Anna ran straight ahead until Dougie pushed her to the right. When Pam called "Ha!" Anna lunged to the right until Dougie pulled her to the left. It was hard work for Dougie. He was a patient teacher. It was hard work for Anna too, but she learned quickly. First "Gee!" then "Ha!" then "Whoa!" to stop, and "Let's go!" to begin. One morning, about halfway through the expedition, a herd of caribou trotted by just as Pam was harnessing the dogs. For once, dependable Dougie disobeyed. Before Pam could stop him, Dougie ran after the caribou and disappeared into the hills. The next morning, Dougie still hadn't returned to camp. Pam grew worried. Was Dougie all right? Would they find him? Without a lead dog, the expedition could not continue. She studied Anna. Could such a young, small dog possibly take over as leader? "What do you say?" Pam asked, scratching behind Anna's ears. "Are you big enough to lead this team on your own?" For the next week and a half, with Anna in lead, they searched the hills and valleys for Dougie. Day after day, Anna led the team. Mile after mile, on the 10th day, Pam gave up hope of ever seeing Dougie again. Without food or water, he could not survive. Sadly, she decided it was time to quit searching. Still, there was hope for the expedition. Anna had done so well leading on her own, there was a chance they could finish. As they packed up to leave, a snowmobiler came by. Someone had found Dougie! The dogs seemed to understand. With Anna leading, they raced to meet Dougie. But when they reached him, the team realized something was wrong. Dougie was thin and exhausted. He didn't seem to recognize them, but simply stood still, his eyes listless and dazed. The team sniffed him gently. Cautiously, they wagged their tails. Dougie looked at his teammates, as if waking from a bad dream. Slowly, very slowly, his tail started to wag as well. After several days of rest and plenty to eat, Dougie was able to travel again. But he couldn't lead for long without becoming tired. Now big, strong Dougie needed little Anna to help him. Near the end of the expedition, they began crossing a frozen sea, so wide it would take about 10 days to reach the other side. The team made good time the first day. Then the weather turned unusually warm. The frozen sea beneath them began to melt. The dogs had to work extra hard to pull through several inches of slush. Each day it became harder to travel. Most days it rained. Soon the ice was dotted with holes hidden beneath the slush. If it melted much more, there would be no more ice left to travel on. They would fall into the sea and drown. To make matters even worse, they were almost out of food. Pam had to cut meals in half before they ran out completely. Only Dougie received full portions. Even with full meals, Dougie wasn't strong enough to pull. He walked beside Anna and simply tried to keep up. Everyone was wet, exhausted, and hungry. Could they make it to the other side? Anna got tired, but she didn't give up. She kept right on slogging through the slush. She guided the team around thin ice and jumped bravely over areas of open water. If Anna can keep going, I can too, thought Pam. The team seemed to agree. On and on they trudged, following Anna. Finally, on the 14th day, they saw land. Closer and closer, Anna picked out a path through the slush. Soon they were just 100 feet, 100 steps from the shore. Suddenly, splash! Anna disappeared into a hole. The hole was filled with frigid seawater, churning like a whirlpool. Anna scrambled frantically to keep her head above water, her front paws thrashing at the ice as she struggled to pull herself out. Pam rushed forward to help. Crack! The ice beneath her began to break. If Pam fell in too, they would both die. She had to retreat to the sled. The water was so cold, Anna couldn't last much longer. Dougie was still weak, but he was their only hope. Pam yelled, "Ha, Dougie, ha!" Could he do it? Could he save Anna? Dougie understood. Somehow he found the strength to start pulling. Anna tried to claw her way out onto the ice. Dougie pulled, but he was too weak to drag her out on his own. Suddenly the other dogs jumped into action. They strained at the rope with Dougie. Slowly, inch by inch, they pulled Anna out of the sea. For a moment Pam held her breath, wondering, is Anna too frightened to go on? The moment passed. Anna shook herself off and stepped back into lead as if nothing had even happened. Pam shook her head in amazement. What a tough, brave little dog. "Let's go," Pam called, and off they mushed. Soon they were standing on dry, solid land. Many miles later, they reached the end of their long journey. With Pam whooping and hollering on the back of the sled, little Anna led the team into town, where the mayor and a crowd waited to congratulate them. Pam shook hands with everyone, saying, "Thank you, thank you." When the excitement died down, Pam sat quietly with her dogs. "I'm so proud of you all," she said. "What a great team." They wagged their tails, and she knew they understood. Pam turned to Anna. "You're still small," she said, "but you're a lead dog now. I can count on you to never give up. You're plenty big enough, Anna." On February 14, 1993, Pam Flowers and her 8 sled dogs left Barrow, Alaska to mush across the top of North America, 2,500 miles east to Repulse Bay, Canada. They reached their goal almost a year later on January 9, 1994. After numerous hardships, challenges, and setbacks, all 8 dogs finished the expedition in good health and good spirits. In finishing the expedition, Pam became the first woman to traverse the North American Arctic alone.
So yeah, I hope you like that book. I like it a lot. It's been fun learning more about Pam Flowers and about people who sled their dogs through the Arctic. Yeah, that wasn't a good way to put that, but whatever. What else has been going on this week? I've done a lot of homework. I've done a lot of learning about ancient Rome and ancient Greece so much. I think I'm going to watch Hercules tonight and see if I can point out all the things that are wrong with it and all the things they got right, because that's fun. And I also have been a little bit obsessed with space this week. I've been watching a lot of videos about astronauts. There's a really cool guy, his name's Chris Hadfield, and he is a Canadian astronaut. I think he's actually retired now. But I've been watching a lot of his YouTube videos. I'll put some links down if you look in the description. I'm not pointing to my pants, but down in this, the description. I just said that. Of some of his videos that I really like, and also this guy named Scott Kelly, who's spending a year on the International Space Station. So anyway, this is kind of becoming long and rambly, but I love you, and I will talk to you later, and I hope you make a video soon, because I miss your face. I love your face, but I miss it.